We're going to discuss now the common deployment options for TrackEd. So generally when we send out TrackEd for your school, we'll be looking at that single PC deployment. So the user licensing, so this is different from the per student licensing, but the user licensing for that is $120 plus GST per year for that single user. The TrackEd files are actually stored on that PC, and FileMaker Pro Advanced is installed on that PC as well. TrackEd's always available to that single user. They can take TrackEd home on their PC, and it's also easy to perform updates, and we do a backup automatically before each of the imports. So the next option here is the small teams option. So again, it's 120 plus GST per year per user. This option is available for users between 2 and 4 users within a school. The TrackEd files, so that's tracked.fmp12 and tracked.photos.fmp12, they're just stored on a network drive instead of on a single PC. So the couple of negatives for this particular deployment option is it's only available to one user at a time. So the first licensed user to open up that file, they'll lock that file and no one else can get at it until they've closed that file. It's also a little bit difficult to take one home because that network copy really is the single point of truth for TrackEd. So you can take an offline copy home only. And the other negative for the small teams option, and we haven't got it listed here, is it is actually a fair bit slower than the single PC or the larger team. And the reason for that is the FileMaker Pro and the physical file are separated over your network. So it means every request has to go around your network, and that slows it down quite a little bit. So we actually don't recommend the small team very much anymore. We'd point people towards either the single PC or the larger team option. So to explain now the larger team option, it's still again the same price per user, but you need at least 5 users to qualify for this larger team option. Once you hit 5 users or more, you then qualify for this server license. So FileMaker Server would get installed on one of your member servers at your school by your IT department, and then the TrackEd files would get uploaded to that server, which would then host it and serve it to all of your licensed users within your school. So this is available to your whole team at once. It is a bit difficult to take an offline copy home. You can get your IT team to save a backup to a network drive every night. So if you want, you can take an offline copy home. But that single point of truth is still your main server. So that's really where the file lives. And the backups are actually performed on a schedule, which is configured by your IT team. So again, when you're doing your imports, this is faster, because we're not doing a backup before each of those imports. So those are the 3 main deployment options. Again, if you've got any questions on that, or you'd like to look at expanding your team, please let us know. A lot of our schools will start with a single PC deployment, but over time, many schools, probably 50 or 60% of our schools have moved to the server option, and they're typically licensing between 5 and 10 users within their school. And we have a very few number of schools who have actually licensed up to 25 or 30 users within the school. That's not a common use case. TrackEd is designed to be used by a smaller team within your school, and we try to make it really easy to distribute that information to those who need it within your school. But for those who do want to go to maybe HOD level access, that is available at that 120 plus GST per user per year.